Hello everyone, my name is Yusuf. Um, I hope you all are keeping well. I'm very honored today represent my research team that representing about our research about the Yogyakarta sounds environment based on demographic variables. We have a fourth contents. And then we jump to the the first page about the introductions. Okay, Yogyakarta is known for its magnificent culture and heritage city, making it the second largest tourist destination and magnificent cultural heritage in Indonesia. Nowadays, cultural preservation focus on the tangible cultural elements, but the intangible aspect still needs to be considered. Preserving a sound environment as a part of intangible heritage is an increasingly essential part of the community's identity and cultural diversity when many unique sounds are gradually dismissed. Sound as a heritage highlight the importance of historical context and enrich our understanding of the past beyond what traditional archaeological method can offer. And the initial studies reported that traffic, human activity, and other noises added with a thin layer of music compose the sound environment of Yogyakarta public spaces. Creating an appropriate sound environment is vital for initially developing intangible cultural heritage sites into more memorable and sustainable tourism destination. And the next phase is the method. The study was conducted empirically by collecting responses from online questionnaires. We have two separate um, phases. One, the during pandemic, and then the after pandemic. The questionnaire began with demographic data, followed by 6 statements to confirm the sound environment based on participant experiences using a 5-point of Likert scale. There are 1, the pleasantness, 2, annoyance, the 3, uniqueness, 4, memories, 5, cultural predicate, and then the last, appropriateness. The data was to be processed statistically using a non-parametric statistical method of Kruskal-Wallis. However, since the number of the data gathered was large enough, we used an one-way analysis of variance, and we called ANOVA. And then for the third phase, findings and discussions, the demographic data shows that with randomized online questionnaires, collect responses for the age distribution, but with the pretty similar distribution of gender, status of residence, and period of stay, except the percentage of occasional visitor. And then we are using the Shapiro-Wilk shows that the low p-value, and then we're using also the man-Whitney test, found it no significant differences between responses during and the after of the pandemic. Since the difference is in significance, responses were processed as the one data group. It shows that age variations significantly affect the perceptions of pleasantness and annoyance. Those below age 60 perceive the sound environment as less annoying than those over age 60. And then female participants perceive the sound environment more positively than males. And we also can show in figure 1B. Then the period of the stay affect the appropriateness of the sound environments. For those residing in Yogyakarta, the responses varies between disagree and agree with generally agree. But for visitor, the sounds environment tends to be perceived as primarily appropriate. Meanwhile, when the study examined the correlation between age variation and uniqueness, memory and culture predicate, all groups tended to perceive that the sound environment is unique and reflect the cultural predicate of the city. And then the sound environment can create memories for participants, and all this finding will serve as a reference for a cultural city to preserve sound mark as a part of its identity. So the conclusions is a study has been conducted to learn about the soundscape of a cultural city, Yogyakarta. The demographic variables as show that age can affect the perceptions of pleasantness and annoyance. Female participants tend to perceive the sound environment more positively than males. Residents tend to perceive the sound environment as generally appropriate, but visitors perceive it as primarily appropriate. Above all, participants generally agree that Yogyakarta has a unique sound that support its predicate as a cultural city, especially those above age 60 years. And also, Yogyakarta's sounds environment creates a memory. The study's finding will serve as a reference for the further soundscape development in Yogyakarta. So we have the references and also those for our authors that we are the sixth group, and thank you.